In this video, we're going to be looking over my three different design iterations I have for the homepage. On the first homepage, we have our welcome to, our logo, and spice name, Bullock Spice. And then I have four different buttons that users could click. The first one starting with recipes, spices, cuisines, and we finish with favorites. Um, this first iteration design was just to get content on the page and to start to kind of see how it's going to shape up. And using the info I got from my user interviews, my personas, and other foundational research materials that I created helped me kind of get it to here. Even though we're missing a lot of key features, like up in the corner, like a notification or hamburger menu to navigate to different aspects of the app, a profile image of a user to get to like their account info where they could change their password or update their profile image, and just like a bottom navigation of getting the home page, their favorites, the shopping cart, etc. And we are completely missing any imagery, which is half of selling spices on this app is so people can see what the spices look like. So knowing all that information, I did some design updates, and then we go over to our new design update, version 1.2. As we can see, we have now a logo of our, not logo, but a profile image of our user. We have a little notification bell if we can use if there's like a sale going on or something changes that we need to alert the user. We have some text up top, welcome the user, and like a headline. We have a search bar. We have several little imagery buttons where we can get to within the app, like new spices that became available, top sellers that are currently happening, popular spices that have been going on, and favorites and whole spices, and some other ones. And then this, you could it's like a carousel, so you could use your finger and move it left to right to get where you want to, and it would loop around in a complete circle. From there, we go into our first highlighted section. We get new spices. These are be our feature spices kind of area where new spices would come on to the app and we'll promote it to the user. And then each of these cards will have an image of the spice, text saying what the spice is, and then like a subcategory of what it could be used for, and then a rating. This helps the user know what garlic pepper steak seasoning looks like, and then what it can be used for, and then the overall opinion that people have of it. And at the bottom, we have our navigation to get to different aspects of the site and app. From here, we are applying some design principles of law of proximity, law of similarity. The proximity is kind of this together is a group, new spices is a group. Law of similarity is that the cards have the same makeup, but just different sizes based on the amount of text, where we have a thin black outline, a big image of the text, and then supporting text. And I wanted to keep this minimal style so that it's not overwhelming the user and trying to for them to find where they want to explore and view spices. Even though we made vast improvements, there still needs to be some improvements to be made. Like in the search bar, you can barely read what's in it. Some of the spacing is off and it's not consistent. So we need to address that and fix those issues, which leads us to our final design of the homepage. Here we have a little bit larger photo of our user, which you can see here, and it's better this way in that you have a better idea of the user what they look like and easier to click on. Move the hello username up top. Give us some more space. We added a hamburger menu to get to different settings or pages within the app. We changed out some of the wording, but mostly it's just the typeface, which leads to better readability and to grab the user's attention a little bit better. In the search bar, we can see that we kind of did basically a 180. We still kept the search icon and search, and we changed out the wording to search here instead of search any spice, because you maybe want to search spices or recipes or something else. And then we made some improvements to the sub like categories carousel, where we generally have the same size, but we increase the spacing below it with our wording of new recipes and favorites, and then spacing around it to increase accessibility for people who maybe have dexterity trouble using their fingers to click on it. Where in this version, you might accidentally click on the wrong one and take you there where you didn't want to. Well, that we have a sales feature carousel where we could where it shows different sales going on, and you can click it and it will take you there, and you can view what the sale is. And then we still kept with the same principle of like the first kind of section of spices. This time we just did new spices. We decided to go with sellers, and then these are top selling spices. And then we updated the cards a little bit. We still kept the bold imagery and then the thin black line outline the same, but what the main goal of these cards is to one, the spice is to grab the user eyes, and then from there the user will see that the thin black line will go down and around, which carries the user's eyes down, and you'll see either they can either favorite or see it's a featured, and then if it's a spice rating, and then from there you'll have the spice name and a description of it, text, and then a button to take you to the spice. I decided to incorporate all this info because it provides enough detail for the user to know if they to get it enough info to know if they want to explore more of the spice or not. So from that, they can click the view spice, and it will take them to the spice uh, the spice page, and then have a more detailed description of the spice and how to use it. So as we can see from the start to this one, we have more visual consistency throughout, clear communication of what this page is conveying to the user and how to use it, and then the visual hierarchy of this is the top seller section, here is a sales section, and then kind of like your categories that you created. You could go there in a search. We also improved our spacing between each elements, which the other two pages was all over the place and it didn't lend well. And then that is basically it for this homepage. I think it works very well. I'm very proud of it. I believe it meets all the goals as a homepage that the user would need.